One book, one idea. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. And one of the most interesting ideas in the book is that building wealth starts with changing the way you think before you ever change your bank account. Welcome to Book Labyrinth, where we unravel the stories behind the pages. What really stood out to me wasn't another promise of getting rich overnight, but the idea that every financial decision begins with a belief you've probably carried for years without even realizing it. Eker calls this your money blueprint, a mental script shaped by what you heard growing up, what you watched your parents do with money, and the experiences that quietly taught you what money meant. If you believe wealth is selfish, risky, or out of reach, your actions will naturally reflect those beliefs. But once you recognize that pattern, you can start replacing it. Throughout the book, Eker contrasts what he calls rich and poor mindsets. Rich thinkers take responsibility instead of blaming circumstances, play to win instead of simply trying not to lose, commit instead of merely wishing, and act even when fear is still present. One lesson I found especially practical is that income alone doesn't create wealth. What matters is your net worth, how well you manage your money, and whether your money eventually begins working for you instead of the other way around. I also liked his emphasis on focusing on opportunities, learning from successful people, thinking bigger, and continuously improving yourself because your income tends to grow only as much as you do. At the same time, I didn't agree with everything. His style can feel overly aggressive, and I think he sometimes oversimplifies the reasons people struggle financially. Not everyone's situation is entirely the result of personal choices, and I wasn't convinced by the more spiritual claims about the subconscious influencing the universe. Even so, I found many of the practical ideas valuable, especially taking ownership of your decisions, tracking your finances, investing consistently, setting aside money with intention, and accepting that growth usually comes with discomfort. I walked away feeling that the biggest takeaway isn't to obsess over becoming rich, but to pay attention to the habits and beliefs quietly shaping every decision you make. Because changing your mindset today can completely change the direction of your future. If there's a book you'd like me to review, just drop the title in the comments. Need the ebook? Message me on Telegram. And if this video was useful to you, a small coffee donation goes a long way in keeping this channel going.